feet. Keep me grounded as I reach higher than I see. Is there something there for me? Pulling back the reins, letting go.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you are new. So I am super excited and nervous for this month's color along. I put a couple posts in the community tabs getting you guys to choose an artist and then a book. So you guys chose Johanna Basford, and then the most requested book was Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. I've only done a few pages in this book. It kind of intimidates me, so of course you guys would go with this one. I notice you guys seem to love to challenge me. I'm super excited though. Hopefully we can pull off what I have in my head. So I colored this one as a buddy color with Sabrina over at Sabrina's Twist of Color, I think her YouTube is. I'd have to look. I'll pop something up around here to show you guys. But yeah, I did a buddy color with her on this one. And then when Johanna had that coloring contest, I colored this page, and then I started on the fish, but I never finished it. And I think there's one more. I think it's just the title page. So I did color this page as well. This originally started as a bouquet background. And I do have a tutorial up. I will try to remember to pop a card in here somewhere for that. But I just ended up not liking how it was looking with the colors that I already had on here. I wanted the designs here to be the main focus, and with the bouquet background it kind of took away from that because this area is so big. So I didn't really like that, so I did go through and I ended up just painting everything in black, and I liked that a lot more because it made everything else stand out. I think I would have liked it if this area was a little bit smaller, so that way it didn't take the focus away from everything else, but it worked out for a tutorial, and then I just went through and acrylic painted everything anyways, so acrylic paint is the best. The only thing is I kind of had to wing putting this stuff back in, and I never even bothered with the publisher information because couldn't do it. So choosing a page to do as a color along from this book was a little bit complicated. I wasn't really sure what you guys wanted to see. Some of these pages are beautiful. I thought about this one, but I don't really know how to color it. I'm not inspired by that one quite yet. But a lot of these pages don't really have a whole lot going on with them. And I feel like this book, because of the words and the limited space, I would probably use my Neocolor 2s in to do backgrounds. But I don't know. I like to keep color alongs limited to stuff that everybody has on average, like Prismacolors, for example. They are the most budget friendly out of all the artist pencils, so I usually try to keep my color alongs to those. And then, yeah, I like to try to keep them budget friendly, so I don't really like to throw in too many other materials, unless that's something you guys want. If that's something you guys would be okay with, let me know in the comments, because we can definitely change it up. So I flipped through this multiple times. Some of these pages kind of stuck out to me, like the dragons, for example. They'd be cute to do, but ultimately I decided to go with one of these pages, and this one in particular, because I love these mushrooms here. I love the flowers on this page and the mushrooms on this page. So my idea for this, and I'm a little bit nervous on whether I can pull it off or not, or I'm having troubles picturing how it will look, but I'm thinking having one of these night and one day. Johanna has this kind of lantern type thing up at the top, so I was kind of thinking about having some beams from the lantern kind of coming down, having a night scene, maybe some fireflies in the background glowing. It's crazy because it'll take a long time to do, but I think it would be fun. And then the other side, which I think would be this side, would be daylight. So what I'm thinking is I want to color this side first, even though it's going to be more challenging. The daylight one will be easier. The nighttime one will be a little bit more difficult. So I want to color this side first. And then I was thinking, if you guys are up to that idea or like that idea, we can always do this one as a color along later in the year and have it finished as a double page spread, which would be pretty cool. So this is the page that we're going to color. When I open my book, it's got this space that kind of is like that, and I don't really want to color on that. So I'm going to pop another book in behind it to kind of even it out, so that way it's not quite so hard on my book. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm also going to stick a piece of paper in behind this page to protect the pages behind. Anybody new to coloring, we do that to protect the pages behind from getting ink transfer on them. I wouldn't use bleed through mediums on this page because it would bleed through onto the page behind. Since it is double-sided, you wouldn't want to do that, but you still want that piece of paper in behind. I'm going to grab a couple sheets of paper here. And then we're going to dive on in. Okay. So it's a little bit torn on the border here because it's kind of a weird border, because it's got like this really intricate kind of filigree kind of pattern, and then it comes down, and then down here it's just like a bar with designs in it, and I'm not really sure how to tackle that, but we'll see what we can do. Yeah. So we are going to start in with the canary yellow. I'm going to try and zoom in a little bit here. Okay, I think there is good as long as I don't move the book. So I'm going to go through, and I will probably speed this part up, but I'm just going to go through and put a base of canary yellow on all of this filigree type patterns. And some of this stuff, like these leaves, for example, this other little filigree type stuff, I'm not really sure what color I'm going to do those, so I'm going to leave them for now. Okay, so there's that. So I did decide to go through and yellow up these detailed bits. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a lighter gold and a darker gold to kind of contrast against each other. Also, because that's how I'm going to fill in the bottom part here. So we'll have the lighter gold around, and then all of this other little details will be darker. So just to kind of balance those, kind of try to run it through the bottom and the top. I'm not sure about these leaves though. I really don't know if I want them to be gold or like actual leaf color. I don't know. So we're going to leave those for now. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside. All my pencils are trying to roll away on me. Okay, so I want the black, and I don't know about you guys, but I want a very sharp point on my pencil because some of these areas are a little small. So let's go through and start adding shadow. So I'm pretty much just going to add shadow everywhere where it looks like these lines kind of tuck in from behind each other, if that makes sense. So like this area is kind of coming in from behind this house type thing, so I'm gonna, or the lantern I guess. So I'm gonna shadow that, and I'm also gonna shadow just the bottom, I'm also gonna shadow just the bottom of this as well, kind of curl it around. Make sure our black is relatively dark, and then fade it out. And just to kind of keep it the same on both sides, I'm going to work on the shadows on both sides. That way I know that they're the same and I don't have to constantly look over to this side and see what all I shadowed and what I didn't. I mean, it wouldn't be a huge deal if I messed up on some of the shadows. I'm not really going to notice. So there's going to be a lot going on in this picture, but just for my own OCD. I'm really excited to see how this page turns out, but also very nervous. My black is getting to the point where I've got to put it in an extender pencil because it's kind of hurting my hands. That's better. Let's bring that down just a little bit. And if I was doing this page on my own, I probably would have used my ink tints for it. Just just because of all these little details and stuff, and Inktense you can usually color a little faster with. So you don't have to worry so much about blending because the water kind of does that for you. Do you think for this page that we might have to have longer parts though? But I'm okay with that. Just making sure most of these shadows match. I missed coloring this one with the canary yellow, and I'm not using my swatch cards. Totally forgot. Might be helpful to have that. I think all the shadows are even. Let's maybe add one here. I think that looks good for now. We'll just continue working on this section. If we see anywhere where we think we should add shadows, then we can. Okay, so let's move on to our next color, which is the dark umber. And again, I'm going to really sharp point on this guy. He's getting pretty small though, so we'll see if I can even get a point on him. I might have to retire him and grab a new one. Come on. Yeah, I think he's toast. I can tell that I use him and my canary yellow together quite a bit because my canary yellow just died the other day. I don't think I have an open stock one. Oh no, I gave some of my pencils to my cousin, so. Okay. I don't really want to open up my other set, so we'll just try and use this one for now. Okay, so I'm just going to put in the dark umber over top of the black, and I'm going to bring it out a little ways and fade it. not talking a whole lot. This is just very repetitive. I could just repeat myself the whole time, but it'd probably get old. There's this side done. So then we'll go over to this side. It's amazing that you can see just adding another color really changes it. I love that. I think that's one of my favorite things about coloring is just seeing the page change and just slowly come to life. Especially knowing that you did that. It's definitely a beautiful feeling. I think I might need to break open my new box of Prismas. I really didn't want to. But we might have to. This guy's getting pretty dull and I can't sharpen it anymore. It just won't work. Okay. Well, everyone loves an unboxing, so I'll include this in the video, might as well. So this was, let me zoom out a little bit here. This is a brand new set of Prismas that the lovely Melody sent me, I think a year or maybe 2 years ago. I can't quite remember. And I've been trying my best not to open it, but we're gonna have to today. I would actually like to give away a box of Prismas for my 5,000 subscriber giveaway. But it'll have to wait a little bit. I've got half of that saved up. Alright, this box is gorgeous. Oh. You're so pretty. Okay, I need the browns. Specifically this one here. It smells so good. Mm. new pencils smell. So, shout out to Melody for being absolutely amazing and saving the day. I was thinking last time I was at Michael's I should have bought some open stock pencils. I've just been doing that, and then my plan was to not open that until one of the pencils I needed wasn't available in open stock, and then I was going to open it. Dark Umber is one of those pencils that is available in open stock, so had I thought about that, I wouldn't have had to open it, but oh well. I might as well use it. It's not like it's doing much good just sitting on my shelf, right? I'm like weirdly sentimental like that, though. I like to save things. I'm kind of a pack rat. Same with, I still have the original box and all of the tins that my first set of Prismas came in as well. Feels weird using a long pencil again. I think we've hit all of the black with the brown. At least it all seems to be similar in tone, so I think that's good. Okay, so next we're gonna go in with the bronze. And we're pretty much just gonna keep doing the same thing. We're gonna go over the previous colors and bring it out. So I think these smaller little bits here, I'm just going to fully color in with the bronze. So I think those will be our darker gold colors. If there's a little bit more room like on this one, we might as well bring in the next color, because the next color is artichoke and it's very similar, it's just slightly lighter. So basically just add this where we have room to. Okay, we do want to add a little bit of interest to some of these kind of planar foil thingies. Coil, I don't know what they are, or what to call them. So I'm just going to bring the bronze kind of around here, fade it out, we'll treat that as a shadow. Same with here. Apologies if you can hear the vacuum downstairs. Sounds like hubby's on a cleaning mission today. He's been in a little bit of a mood lately, so don't know what's up with him, but cleaning usually makes him feel better, so hopefully that'll help. Scratch my foot for a sec, it's itchy. Okay, that's better. I feel like we should maybe add something to these bits here, but I don't really know. I think I'm gonna leave them. Just gonna color this part fully in. And I do want to add a little bit of a shadow just on the underside of these curly bits here. Let's add a little bit of the dark umber here. It's kind of alongside the bottom, and then I'm just going to add a tiny little bit on the bottom bit of this really small rectangle thingy. My descriptive words are not very good lately. I'm going to blame that on lack of coffee. I've been trying to cut down. It's not fun though. Okay, so it looks like I did add a little bit of the dark umber to these pieces here, and I missed that, so let's add that in now. Okay, I think we got everything. I might skip the artichoke actually, because if I add that, it might be too dark. Let's add a little bit here and see. Yeah, this is, I don't think I want to add that. We're going to take that out. So we're going to go straight in with the canary yellow. And then same as we have been doing, we're going to go over top of everything, fade it out where we can. So some of these longer areas I want to put the deco yellow in. That's going to be our lightest color. And then some of these darker areas here, we're just going to go fully in with the canary yellow. For this bit here, I'm just going to bring the canary yellow up slightly, but I do want the outline to be a little bit lighter. So I mostly just want these filigree bits to be darker, but I still want all of these longer kind of wires to be lighter, if that makes sense. It's a little bit hard to explain. See, I completely missed this bit here. Oh, just gave myself a paper cut. there's that side done, I think. Might add a little bit of shadowing around here too, I think. Okay, just gonna go through and do the same thing on this side. At this point, I'm not too worried about them fully matching up. As long as the shadows are similar, the rest of it will appear similar. So I'm not gonna so much focus on this side, excuse me, and try to match it. Rather than I'm just gonna go ahead and color and go with my instincts, which should be the same as the other page, you would think, but who knows? Okay, there's that. I'm gonna go in with the dark umber. Just add a little bit of shadow just on the very top of this bit here. And then the very top of this one as well, I think. Maybe along the sides, just to give this a little bit of extra interest so it's not just so one color. So let's go in with our Deco Yellow, and I'm kind of leaning towards maybe switching this to the cream, but let's see what this looks like first. So I'm just gonna pick out a small area, like maybe this part here. Yeah, see, I think that's a little bit too bright. It's not quite what I'm going for. So let's switch to the cream. Okay, here we are. So, as always, we're just going to go over everything with the cream. This is going to help blend everything together. It's going to keep it kind of muted, which I realize I think I want that. think that's everything. I think I'm actually going to color this in just with the cream, and then let's actually use the artichoke and the deco yellow. So let's go in with the artichoke. I'm just gonna kind of outline this box shape here on the inside, fade it out, and then I'm just gonna add a little bit of color to each line there. And then with the deco yellow, I'm just gonna fill that in. Maybe add a little bit to this little thing too. There we go. I like that. And just to make that really bright, I'm going to come in with a highlighter. Just like that. I believe we are already at an hour. That's crazy. Well, we'll do 1.5 hour parts. And hopefully we won't have to add another part, but if we do, it's not a huge deal. Okay, let's just color these bits in. That way I can move the book down a little bit further without having to zoom it in too much. So these I'm just gonna color in fully, I think. Okay, black. Oops. I think this shape, I'm just going to go in and outline the edges. I'll make the bigger parts appear darker, so that way it looks like these little lines are popping out from it. I'll just do the same thing on this side. In with the dark umber. Okay, I think I gotta sharpen this guy. And it broke on me. Okay, that's better. in with the bronze. I'm going to bring this up a ways here, and then maybe pop a little bit just where these bits kind of tuck in and come back out. And we'll also put a little bit on either end of these lines as well to make them look like they're curved. Ooh, my OCD is going now. Just notice that she's got a line coming in on this side, but not this side. But it's the same on the other page, so leave it or add it. I'm going to add it. So I'm just going to grab my fine liners, if I can find them. I think I have them put away. I've got a 0.05 here. This might be too thick, but let's try. So I'm just gonna draw a straight line down like that. And I'm gonna go over to the other page and do the same thing because I'll forget if I don't do it now. It's not straight. That's okay. Okay, I'm just going to quickly run through these colors again. So black. This is totally optional. You do not have to do this if you're not comfortable doing so. Dark umber and bronze. Canary yellow. And then lastly, we'll go in with the cream. There we go. So now we can work on the rest. Start in with the black and we'll add our shadows. So I'm thinking for the leaves up top, kind of like, because I kind of want to keep them to a normal leaf color, but I also kind of want them to go with the gold. So I think what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go with like a golden green. So it's gonna look like it could be gold, but it's also gonna be a natural leaf color as well. So the leaves up top are gonna be done with that. These little wrapping bits here, I think we'll do with that as well. And then I think the stems of most, if not all of the flowers, will be done in that color too. I think that would look pretty neat. And then I'm on the fence about whether I want to do the exact same over on the other side or do kind of brighter colors, have these kind of darker colors, these lighter colors. I think that would help the contrast between night and day. I think it would be kind of interesting to do that. I can kind of see the pages separately in my head, but I can't really picture how they would look together. I don't really know where to put a lot of the shadows in here. This is kind of like a weird space. I'm so confused. don't like this pattern. I don't really know what to do with it. Okay, I think let's leave the shadows there. I don't want to make it too dark. I think I might have already. So, just do as we have been doing. I'm going to go over the black with the dark umber and just fade it out slightly. And then we'll just go through all of our colors again, and hopefully this turns out looking good, because I don't really know. I think let's go in on these little bits, and we'll use the dark umber to shadow them. Kind of messy, but these areas are just so tiny. Oh, I can't forget about up here too. Okay, we will switch to the bronze. And just carry on continuing as we are. Kind of curious on whether I use the bronze or the artichoke for everything else now. I think I might have used the artichoke. The bronze is just not looking right. I don't think I I don't think I used it. 2 seconds. I'm gonna watch back and see. Well, darn it, that makes that very confusing. I didn't use the bronze, I used the artichoke. I'm going to have to write myself a note for that because I don't want to mess you guys up. Okay, which is hilarious because I even tried using the bronze up here and I decided I didn't like it. Or the artichoke, I mean, sorry. Okay, well, in with the artichoke then. Crap. Okay. Oh, and this is also looking different because I didn't base anything. I'm getting way ahead of myself, guys. Let's go through and do that now. I don't know if it'll make much of a difference, but... so nervous about this bottom part. I think it just kind of threw me off a bit. Okay, so we got that. So let's go in with our dark umber again quick and do this bit before we forget. Okay, and then we can go through with our artichoke. That's looking a little bit better. Okay, I think down here I want it to stay dark. So let's just fully color this in with the artichoke. We'll still go over it with the canary yellow, but we're not going to have any highlights down here. Kind of winging the rest of this. I don't really don't know what to do with all of this. To keep the center a little bit darker, we'll add shadows on some of these curlier bits here. I think these shapes here, I'll probably just do black. I'm saving a little bit of a highlight at the top here for a canary yellow. As much as I can save anyways. think like that's okay. Let's come in with our canary yellow now. So same as last time, we're going to kind of go over everything. We're going to save some highlights for the cream. Down here, we're just going to go over this fully. Just going to add a little bit of canary yellow to the bronze up here, but I'm going to save that highlight for the cream. But we do need to really yellow this up down here to match it with everything else. I'm going to save highlights down here for the cream where I can as well. Mostly on these kind of thicker bits will be a little bit easier. These thinner ones, not so much. And then in with the cream, we can go in over top of everything and just burnish it, everything except for these little geometric shapes here. Since I restarted my recording here, I'm not really sure what time we're at, so I think we'll just finish up the border and call it done for the day. I'm not done entirely, of course. Still got way too much work for that. I'm just going to switch back to my canary yellow quick and color in this line here. Okay, there's that. Just come in with the black. I'm just going to fill these spots in. Maybe a little bit of extra highlight here. Actually, maybe let's add a shadow. This is just too bright compared to the other side. It's kind of standing out, and I just colored right over top of it. Okay, well, let's do that. Okay, there we go. Got sidetracked. We're good. There we go. Okay, so just to finish this part off, we'll go through and add some highlights. So I'm just gonna add, with my Posca pen, just kind of like little random lines, just wherever. No rhyme or reason, just gonna go ahead and do that. I'm not going to worry about putting highlights in the same spots exactly. As long as we've got some here and there, I'm not really too worried about where they are. Adding these little dots followed by a line is also like really, I don't know, it just looks really good. So I like doing that. So I'm going to outline these black shapes a little bit just so they don't seem quite so dark. also just outline that top bit there too. All right. So we got our border done. That is it for part 1 of this color along. I am already pretty excited to see the end result of this. So I think that's everything, and hopefully I will see you guys in part 2. As always, guys, take care. See you next time. Bye!
Stars fall at my feet, keep me grounded as I reach higher than I see. Is there something there for me?